Welcome to Sunshine Village. I'm Jock Wilson with Olympian and World Cup winner Lisa Savage-Arvey. We're here on Extreme Sports for the 2003 Kahlua Cup race series. The Kahlua Cup dual slalom at Sunshine Village is presented by Alberta Alpine, Adventure Marketing Company, Sunshine Village, Canada's best snow, and Kahlua. Lisa, this is springtime in the Rockies. Over 80 centimeters of snow has fallen in the past week, and that is going to play a factor here today.
Well, absolutely. Anything goes, Jock, and the snow will play a factor because it's going to cause this course to rut up. And the skiers are going to have to be very smart as they're leaving the starting gate because this is a game of survival. You want to stay in the ruts and use them to your advantage right through to the finish.
This is head-to-head drag racing, a dual slalom format. It's a short course, only 12 gates. There are 2 pro bumps, about 4 feet high each. But most importantly in this format, Lisa, is the start, and that's why we're here in the starter's gate.
Well, absolutely. The starter's going to call to the racers, red course ready, blue course ready, racers ready, and then go. As soon as he says go, these gates swing open. The skiers want to be using the timing of those gates moving open to get out of the start as fast as they can.
The start is so darn important. One change we have made to the format this year, we have a pro category and an amateur category, and I think that's a good thing. Last year, we saw a bunch of Olympians take part in it, and that scared away some of the weekend warriors.
Well, this is really something that's designed for everyone because anything can happen. I mean, you've got the 2 bumps. You make a mistake off those bumps, you're out of the game, or you're onto the mudslide side and working to survive and make it back through to the final. So it's fun to see the amateur side open up so that anybody can really take part in this event.
Well, last year in the pro category, we had Thomas Grandy, fresh from the 2002 Olympics. He actually lost his first round. He had to ski 13 times on the mudslide and made it into the final against Robin Bauer. Robin Bauer was our eventual champion. Robin Bauer is back this weekend. Thomas Grandy's not.
Well, that's right. But we also have Jim Reed, another former champion of the Kahlua Cup. We've got Wendy Lumby on the women's side. We've got Lindsay Roberts taking part, a former ski team member as well. So this is action-packed. The whole Bosinger family's out here to take part in the event, from dad right down to daughter and sons. So it's going to be a lot of fun today.
It's going to be a great day of racing here on Extreme Sports, so let's check it out. We'll start off with some women's action here at the Kahlua Cup. We have a former champion, Wendy Lumby, on the red course and Allison Empey on the blue course.
Allison's a young racer on the Alberta team going up against the seasoned veteran of almost every type of ski racing, Wendy Lumby. And Wendy's really kind of cruising here in the early goings, but handles the race quite easily.
Holly Jones on that blue course and Lindsay Roberts-Roussel on the red course.
Well, they look like they're having some fun, too. And a slip there by Holly, and Lindsay's really taken advantage of it and opened up the lead by a gate by the time she gets to the finish line. So Holly's got some work to do if she wants to get any farther today over on the mudslide side. Anna, yours is looking kind of empty.
Well, I have to go race right now, apparently, so, I had to suck it back.
Let's see if a little liquid courage can help Anna out here. This is mudslide action. She's up against Holly Jones. You lose here and you're out.
That's right, and it looks like Holly's really got the advantage. I think Anna was enjoying a little too much of the Kahlua in the start.
Right back at the top. This is back to A action. Both of these racers are undefeated.
That's right. Wendy and Lindsay, the 2 strongest women in the field, and one of them is going to lose here and is going to have to fight on the mudslide side, and it looks like Wendy's got the edge on the last 2 gates.
What a great race that was. As we pick it up going over the second bump, you can see them side by side, just battling it out here in Kahlua Cup action. Back at the top, we are back to mudslide action, Allison Empey and Holly Jones.
Whoever loses here is done for the day, and Holly's got a slight lead at the beginning. Ooh, came down hard on that second bump, and it slowed her down, and look at that, Allison just snuck by on the final few gates. Okay, Lindsay, this is where the rubber meets the road.
Well, it all looks like it's fun and games, but once you get in that start, it becomes very serious business.
Serious business in the mudslide final. The winner here will face off against Wendy Lumby in our women's final. The loser will have to settle for third place.
They're neck to neck, and Lindsay gets a bit of an advantage off that second bump, and it makes the difference.
Allie, this was your first ever race in the Kahlua Cup race series, head-to-head drag racing. What were your overall impressions?
Well, with fifth skiing, it's pretty hardcore, but this is really fun.
Well, fun is what it's all about with the Kahlua Cup. Congratulations again on a third-place finish.
Thank you.
Wendy, we just stood here and watched Lindsay win the mudslide final. So it looks like you're going to meet her for the final race. It's the old girls final.
Yeah, for the old girls, it'll be a good one. Lindsay and I think it'll be a pretty close race.
You're up against Wendy. Any thoughts?
Well, Wendy is a racing machine. She's a legend from the past, so I'm going to have to really get going for this race.
The Kahlua Cup is brought to you by Budget Car and Truck Rental. Rediscover the open road with Budget. And by Alberta Alpine, home of ski racing in Alberta.
More Kahlua Cup action up next.
Winners of the Kahlua Cup win prizing from Kokanee Springs Golf Resort and Mike Wigley Helicopter Skiing.
Sunshine is where I come to work. I run a ski program for all girls on the weekends, and it's also where I come to play and get away. It has the best conditions and the best snow for the springtime skiing.
In the heart of the Canadian Rockies and minutes away from Banff, Alberta, Sunshine Village is Canada's premier ski and snowboard resort. With an average of up to 33 feet of snow each season, Sunshine has the longest season in the Canadian Rockies, opening in early fall and great conditions through spring. 100% natural snow, mankind and nature in harmony for over 75 years.
With the snow still coming down here at Sunshine, I'd love to take you on some more turns, but we got to get back to the race coverage.
We'll get to the women's final here at the Kahlua Cup, but first let's check out the pro category on the men's side. Felix Belchuk on the blue course and our defending champion Robin Bauer on the red course.
Well, you know, Felix hasn't been skiing a lot. He's busy looking after 3 kids, but you can see how Robin just gets a bit of an edge off that second bump, and it's what really made a difference for Felix there.
As Robin will move on and Felix goes to the mudslide. Back at the top, here we are in the pro category, Brad Spence and Jeff Duran.
Well, Brad's an excellent technical skier, and you can see him really working hard to keep up with his idol. Really tight off that second bump, but on that second last gate, you could see Brad just squeaking ahead of Jeff. Really tight, great race.
Back at the top, and here we are, again on the pro category, Rob Bosinger and Dustin McClay.
Well, Rob's been out of ski racing for a while, but going up against Dustin, you can see how having trouble off those bumps really is what makes the difference. Jim, you've over the years, you've taken home a lot of Kahlua hardware in the fashion of those brown bottles. Have you found anything you prefer to mix it with?
Yeah, I found out a good drink from you, actually. Kahlua Espresso and Caroline's Cream is very good. That's my favorite.
Good thing you're giving Jim some drinking tips, Lisa, because he doesn't need many skiing tips.
Well, I'm not sure. He's looking a little scrappy off these first few gates, but both he and Cam have been around ski racing for a long time, so I know they're out here having a lot of fun, and that's the most important thing. Jim takes it. How's the racing going for you?
Oh, awesome. I'm fast. I'm going to kick butt.
Well, when I'm 66 years old, Lisa, I hope I'm kicking butt like Fred Bosinger as we get our first look at the amateur division here at the Kahlua Cup at Sunshine Village.
Geez, Fred looked pretty good out of the starting gate, but had some trouble off that first bump and a little bit of trouble there off the second bump. You know, having a good line off those bumps is really key, whether you're on the pro side or on the amateur side.
And you can see the impact coming off those bumps for these skiers. Well, Fred, I got to tell you, you're a trooper for taking part in the 2003 Kahlua Cup. Did you have fun?
Thanks, Jock. Yeah, I had lots of fun. Too bad I didn't go more than 2 runs, but, you know, those 2 runs are just awesome.
More of the amateur division here at Sunshine Village, Mike Massing and Dave Hallett.
Boy, this great skiing by 2 amateurs. Oh, trouble for Dave off that first bump, and he's out. So Mike gets to cruise through to the finish. I don't know if he knows it, though.
And right back at the top we will go as we find George Motter, who just loves the Kahlua Cup format, against Boy Flood.
Yeah, George is over 50 years old, and he really gives her every time he enters this race. Trouble for him off that second bump, and Boy's going to win this one. You get to coach some of the top guns on the World Cup circuit, and here you are racing, watching your dad race. How do you think your dad made out?
I thought he did great. You know, guy's 66, 67 years old now. I hope I'm still able to compete like that at that age.
So here's Pete, mudslide action against Cam Bailey. You lose now, and you're done for the day, Lisa.
Well, I'm surprised Pete's taking it so casual with all of his gear still on and Cam's stripped down to his race stuff. It's tight going into the finish, but Pete takes it.
All right, we continue on with mudslide action. Rob Bosinger this time against Trevor White.
You know, Rob's such a great, strong skier. Look how nice and tall he stands on the skis. Very powerful. Off the second bump, it's still tight. But on the second, third last gate there, Trevor really turned it on.
All right, Jeff Duran having a bit of trouble in that starting gate as he's up against John Kuchera.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like at this point Jeff's got a chance, and I don't think so going off that second bump. John Kuchera's really turned it on.
The Kahlua Cup is brought to you by Sunshine Village, Canada's best snow, and by Brewster's Mountain Lodge in Banff. Our defending champion coming up next as the Kahlua Cup continues. The Kahlua Cup is supported by TAC Mobility, your TELUS mobility dealer, and Mountain Toys Cochrane. Welcome back to Sunshine Village. I'm Jock Wilson with former national team member Lisa Savage-Jarvie. This is the Kahlua Cup, the pro division. These racers are undefeated so far. Robin Bauer, our defending champion, up against a youngster, Brad Spence.
Yeah, Brad Spence is such a strong skier. You see him just off that second bump. He really kind of poured it on and took the race.
And Jim Reed, another former champion, up against Dustin McClay.
Well, Jim loves this format of skiing. He's got so much experience in the pro style. Very tight race off the second bump. Jim got a little bit twisted, and it looks like Dustin takes it.
Yeah, Jim will have to move through the mudslide if he is going to be our champion this year. Right back at the top as we have Pete Bosinger, this time against Trevor White.
Wow, Trevor's really turned it on right off these first few gates, and the trouble that Pete's having, he's just going to cruise now and let Trevor move on. So it looks like Pete is done for the day. Felix, how does it feel to be back in the start?
Well, it's always a good feeling, you know. Yeah, no matter what kind of race it is, whether it's Kitzbühel or the Kahlua Cup, you still get that race start feelings, and I like it.
I'm not sure if that's gray hair or a little snow on Felix's beard there. However, Felix has already lost once, and let's see if he can stay alive here in mudslide action at the Kahlua Cup.
You know, he's absolutely right about the competitive juices you feel in the starting gate, and he has earned every one of those gray hairs.
Well, the day is done for Felix Belchuk, and Felix, those young bucks are kind of tough to beat, aren't they?
Well, you know, they are, and there's some really good skiers in that group. But you know the thing I like about this event the most? There's no downside to losing. You get to head straight to the bar, and it's all good.
How do you like this format?
I think it's great fun to come out here, you know, after a year of real racing, to come and do a dual slalom here with, you know, your friends from the air and these people that you see all the time.
Here's Brad in the A final against Dustin McClay. Both of these racers are undefeated so far.
Brad had an excellent start there, really took advantage of it, but Dustin hasn't given up, and look at how tight they are going off the second bump. Trouble there for Dustin on the second last gate, and Brad takes it.
To the mudslide, our defending champion Robin Bauer against Trevor White.
And he barges. He just completely mistimed the start.
Robin Bauer, our defending champion, is done for the day as Trevor White will be moving on.
Robin.
Yeah.
That was a very unexpected moment for you.
That was a little disappointing. These guys are skiing a bit better than me, so I knew I needed to nail the start. So if I didn't nail it, I didn't think I was going to win. So I thought I'd just risk it a bit and try to go for it.
Jim, you got a little bit of a struggle ahead of you. Any tactics?
Not really. I just got to go hard and ride the rut and try and get a good start and kick his ass.
John, you're up against Jim Reed. You got any special tactics?
I just need a good start. Jim's like the Kahlua Cup legend. He's won I don't know how many, so I got to get my A game on today for sure.
Let's see if John has that A game with him today.
You know, Jim always nails the starts in these events, but John's really turned it on in the middle section of the course and quickly has a full gate lead on Jim.
You can see it coming off this first pro bump. It's very close, but then John takes over.
John, congratulations. You put the old dog away.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a tough race. I got a good middle section, though, and I got him in the end. He had me out of the start, though, just like I said he would.
Back to the amateur division here in the Kahlua Cup, Mike Massing and Rob Duncan.
Well, Mike's a former racer with the Sunshine Club, and Rob Duncan is a Nordica ski rep. So it's sort of fun to see these guys coming back and taking part in such a fun event, and it looks like Rob takes it.
All right, back at the top, and boy, Flood has a few troubles coming out of that gate.
I think he was supposed to have both those skis on when he left the gate.
Without a doubt, as Jason will just cruise to the finish line, he'll be moving on.
Well, that's probably not a good start.
What happened?
I just broke out of my binding, so I just jumped it, so it just jumped straight out of my binding.
But you still have a chance on the mudslide side, so good luck there.
Yeah, thank you.
Lisa, did you ever lose a ski in the starting gate?
I never lost a ski in the start, but I did fall out of the starting gate in the World Championships.
How in the heck did you do that?
Oh, it's a long story.
As we continue with the story here at Sunshine Village, this is Amateur Action. Scott Wallace and John Cameron.
All right, George, you took pick of the course,
I've got the pick of the course. I'm in the red.
and this is a do-or-die situation for you.
Well, I've been dead before, but there's always another life there somewhere.
Ooh, and look at that. George has trouble out of the start getting a hold of his ski pole, and he's still fighting to get grip on it. Finally gets it back. And look at this. It's like he's turned on the jets off that second bump. He's really pouring it on here.
Nice comeback by George Motter as he will be moving on here in the Kahlua Cup again. It's a double knockout format. You lose once, you're okay, but if you lose twice, you're done. Here's another look at George, and this time Boy has both of his skis on.
These guys are both fighting for survival. Ooh, trouble by Boy there off the second bump. George is ahead, but misses the last ski.
And he knows that you can see him slam his pole down, so George Motter is done for the day. Here's Mike Massing and John Cameron.
Yeah, Mike's up against all the ski reps today. John Cameron works with Elan Ski, so he's out having fun today, enjoying the day. Look at this tight race.
Great to see all these ski reps out here at the Kahlua Cup today. And again, as we continue on, Rob Duncan and Jason Brownlee.
You know, Jason Brownlee is coached by our women's A-side winner, Wendy Lumby. So he's out here trying to show off what he's learned from her, and he does it pretty well.
And again, here is Boy Flood, Mike Massing. Again, this is Kahlua Cup action. Boy actually looking pretty good now that he has both skis on.
Yeah, he's getting better with every run. Look how well he's skiing. They're just turn for turn. Let's see what happens here at the finish line. Ooh, that one's tight. Looks like Mike got it.
Back to the pro division, the final few races on the mudslide. You lose now, you're done for the day. You win, you move on.
Geez, Trevor looked like a spectator. John just nailed the start there. And look at this, a 2-gate lead by the time he gets to the finish.
So John goes right back up to the top for the mudslide final. You lose here, you settle for third place. If you win, you're up against Brad Spence in the Kahlua Cup final.
This is a tight race. Off the second bump, though, Dustin's got the lead, and he holds it right through to the finish.
Well, John, good and bad news. The bad news is you're done. The good news is you can now have some Kahlua, but congratulations on a third place finish.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, take us through that last run.
Just that blue course getting pretty ruddy, and he had me at the start. I just couldn't make it up.
All right, well, congratulations again on a third place finish.
Thank you very much.
The Kahlua Cup is brought to you by Atomic Sports Canada and Eau Claire Gloves. The Kahlua Cup finals, women's, men's, and amateurs are coming up. The Kahlua Cup is supported by Chili's Texas Grill and Cattle Boys Sauces.
So, Rob, you fought your way through to the final.
Yeah, I'm a little tired right about now. Hopefully I won't bang into the gates here. I had a couple barges, so I need a good start. I haven't had a good start all day, so hopefully some way I'm going to beat this young kid here. So hopefully a good start and have a good run.
You've been on the A side. You've had a bit of a rest. You're up against the little more experienced older man. Any tactics?
Just go as hard as I can. Hope I win. He's stiff competition, so hopefully I can do well.
Experience against youth in our Kahlua Cup amateur final. If Jason wins, it's all over. If Rob takes it, they'll have to go back up to the top.
And Jason had some trouble off that first bump, little more trouble off the second, so Rob is forced the second run.
Well, she should win because she's so much younger than I am.
Well, she should because I snowplow all year round with 5- and 6-year-olds, and she's racing skier cross.
Yeah, but she has a downhill suit on.
But she's more experienced.
But you quit later than I did.
Wendy, you should just win.
Okay.
Our women's final, and they're not having any fun, are they? Wendy Lumby, Lindsay Roberts-Roussel. Wendy is undefeated. Lindsay's going to have to win twice if she's going to be our champion.
And Lindsay's taken twice as many runs on this course. They're both skiing so well. She may be a little more used to the rut. Tight race to call, but I think Lindsay got it. Photo finish, yes, Lindsay has forced the second run. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. I must have been trying too hard, and I got out of control, a little off balance, and then it was done from there. He pulled ahead.
Well, you're going to have to work extra hard.
Nice. I will.
Looks like you're in for yet one more run for this final.
Yeah, it was a good race. I had a better start that time, so Jason skied well, but just be able to edge him out. So one more run, and hopefully I can pull her out.
So here it is, the Kahlua Cup Amateur Final, Rob Duncan and Jason Brownlee.
Great start by both these guys, neck and neck. Ooh, trouble by Rob off the first bump. Now he's really got to fight, and it just looks like it's going to be too hard to make it up. Well, round 2 of the final battle. Lindsay, great skiing.
Thanks, Lisa. I'm going to have to pull it out this run, though. Blue course, I haven't gone down it yet, so I'm looking forward to maybe a different ride down.
And Wendy, where did Lindsay get the edge?
I made a little bit of a mistake going off the first jump. I was a little bit too far back. So when I landed, I had to get forward and then catch up again, but it was a hell of a ride.
Lindsay thought she was going to have the blue course, but here's a surprise. Wendy Lumby had the choice, and she has taken it.
It may be a mistake, too, because this blue course is a little bit more ragged and rough. Off the second bump, Lindsay's got a half gate lead and is going to win this race. I think the choice of course cost Wendy, and what's really interesting is Lindsay really had to fight back. She lost to Wendy earlier today, and here she is, the winner.
Wendy, I don't know. My money was on you, kid, but you didn't get a good start there, did you?
No, but Lindsay raced a good race, so kudos to her.
Well, you know what? That's what the Kahlua Cup is all about. You came through the A side, but then she came back and beat you twice in the final.
Did.
So I guess she's a true champion.
Yeah, rock on for Lindsay. It was awesome.
Well, congratulations on a second place finish.
Okay, thanks, Jock.
I think I won the race in the start that time. I keyed it bang on. Picked up the rhythm right away, had a little bit off balance off the first jump, but I just tried to get my feet on the ground as soon as I could and pick up the rhythm and work the rut all the way to the bottom, so I had a good run. Had fun too.
Heading into the final, any thoughts?
Just gonna try to get a really good start, maybe hopefully get him out of the gate and then just keep pushing the pace from there.
Brad, you've had a bit of a wait, still feeling good?
Oh yeah, no, I'm rested, ready to rip.
We have crowned 2 champions, and now we crown our professional champion, Brad Spence, who has been skiing so well today, up against Dustin McClay.
And Dustin's had to do it the hard way. He's had to fight on the mudslide side, and here he is in the final, but Brad is just cruising. He's skied so well.
As you can see, through the finish line, he is just coasting as Brad is our Kahlua Cup champion. Maybe just take us through that last run for you.
Well, out of the start, I was just trying to get the best start possible, and he got the jump on me, and then just trying to make too much happen, and it's just not going to work.
Hey, well, second place is not too bad either. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, our 2003 Kahlua Cup champion, Brad Spence. And Brad, this is what it's all about. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How about that last run? You knew you had a little bit of a cushion because he had to beat you twice, but maybe take us through that last run.
Well, the blue course was a little rougher, and I knew that, so I just had to go in there focused, and I got him out of the start, and it was just kind of have one. Hopefully he doesn't catch up to you.
Well, again, you're a great champion, and congratulations, Brad.
Thank you.
Well, it was a great day of racing here at Sunshine Village. For Lisa Savage-Jarvie, I'm Jock Wilson. We'll see you again next year at the Kahlua Cup.